In the pages of Genesis, we encounter something extraordinary. Human lives spanning nearly a millennium. Adam, 930 years. Methuselah, 969. These numbers challenge everything we know about human lifespans. Were these literal years, symbolic representations, or perhaps evidence of a world fundamentally different from our own? Before the flood, patriarchs consistently lived over 900 years. After the cataclysm, a striking pattern emerges. Lifespans begin to decline sharply. By Abraham's time, they've fallen to around 175 years. And by Moses' era, they match our modern experience. What caused this dramatic change? Was the flood merely a chronological marker, or did it fundamentally alter human existence? Let's examine these extraordinary numbers. Adam lived 930 years, Seth 912, Enosh 905, Kenan 910, Mahalalel 895, Jared 962, Methuselah 969, Lamech 777, and Noah 950. After the flood, Shem lived 600 years, his grandson 438. By Abraham, lifespans dropped to 175, then Moses at 120, creating a decline curve that demands explanation. Following the cataclysm, a striking pattern emerges. Lifespans begin to decline sharply. By Abraham's time, they've fallen to around 175 years. And by Moses' era, they match our modern experience. What caused this dramatic change? Was the flood merely a chronological marker, or did it fundamentally alter? Others view these numbers symbolically. In ancient Near Eastern literature, extraordinary numbers often conveyed authority rather than chronology. The Sumerian king list records rulers reigning for tens of thousands of years, with similar patterns of decline after their flood. Perhaps Genesis uses numerical conventions to communicate theological truths about humanity's gradual separation from divine perfection. A third approach examines ancient numerical systems. Mesopotamia used a sexagesimal, base 60 system, which might explain some discrepancies if numbers were misinterpreted during translation. However, this theory struggles with ages of fatherhood mentioned in the same texts. If Methuselah fathered a son at 187 months, he would have been only 15 years old, possible but problematic. The flood narrative provides an extraordinarily detailed chronology, beginning when Noah was 600 on the second month's 17th day. It rained for 40 days while the fountains of the deep burst forth. Waters prevailed for 150 days before receding. The ark rested on Ararat on the 7th month's 17th day. Exactly 1 year and 10 days later, the earth was dry. This meticulous dating system is unique among ancient flood stories and reinforces the flood as a pivotal event, a dividing line between two worlds. The first, primeval, with long-lived humans walking among divine beings. The second, our world, with gradually decreasing lifespans, where the divine presence becomes increasingly distant. This pattern mirrors humanity's journey away from Eden's perfection. What physical evidence might support these accounts? In 1929, archaeologist Leonard Woolley discovered an 8-foot clay layer at ancient Ur, initially hailed as flood evidence. Further excavation revealed this was a localized event. Other Mesopotamian sites show similar flood deposits from different periods, suggesting major regional floods between 3000 to 5000 BCE, though not necessarily simultaneous or global. A more recent theory emerged in the 1990s when marine geologists Ryan and Pittman proposed the Black Sea Deluge. Around 7,500 years ago, rising Mediterranean waters catastrophically breached the Bosphorus Strait, flooding a freshwater lake to create today's Black Sea. This event displaced farming communities and potentially inspired flood narratives throughout the Near East. Remarkably, over 250 cultures worldwide preserve flood stories with striking similarities: divine judgment, a righteous survivor, a vessel of salvation, and animals preserved. From Native American legends to Chinese traditions, Norse mythology to Aboriginal Dreamtime, these parallel narratives suggest either a shared ancestral memory or similar catastrophic experiences across human communities throughout history. Return to Genesis 1:6-7, where waters above were separated from waters below. Some interpret this as a pre-flood water vapor canopy in the upper atmosphere, creating greenhouse-like conditions with filtered radiation and higher oxygen, potentially supporting longevity. During the flood, this canopy collapsed, permanently altering Earth's environment and possibly releasing genetic-damaging radiation. This theory faces significant challenges. Atmospheric physicists calculate that a water vapor canopy, thick enough to contribute meaningfully to the flood, would make pre-flood Earth uninhabitably hot. Additionally, we lack geological evidence for such a dramatic atmospheric change. The theory illustrates our struggle to reconcile ancient texts with modern scientific understanding of life's fundamental limits. Beyond literal readings, literary analysis reveals Genesis as a carefully structured text. The flood divides primeval history from the world of the patriarchs. Ancient cultures often structured their histories similarly: a golden age of extraordinary beings and lifespans, followed by catastrophe, then recognizable history. The flood becomes a literary device marking mythic prehistory from historical time. These perspectives need not conflict. Ancient texts operated differently than modern writing, simultaneously conveying historical memory, theological truth, and cultural identity. Whether we view patriarchal ages as literal biological reality, symbolic representations, or numerical conventions, they powerfully communicate humanity's connection to and separation from the divine, a theme resonating across cultures and time. The mystery of Genesis' long-lived patriarchs and the transformative flood continues to captivate us. Perhaps that's their purpose: to challenge our understanding of human potential and limitations, to remember catastrophe and renewal, and to contemplate our relationship with time itself. What's your perspective? Share your thoughts in the comments on these ancient mysteries that still speak to us today.